Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Beautiful Tuesday night here in the captain's quarters. And here we are live. And Mark Slatke in the house, the first guy to join. Sweet of you to join this evening and tonight. Mark, we're not Eagles fans around here, Mark, just so you know. Not Phillies fans either.
We're not Phillies fans either.
That's exactly right. Neither one.
You know, I can't get down with the Philadelphia Wings, though. I mean,
The Sixers, yes. But last and certainly least, the Flyers. Ugh.
I can get down with a Tony Blue.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna not. Oh, I can also get down with Temple. They're pretty good.
All right.
There we go.
So, and Bob Youngblood in the house. Bob,
Mr. Youngblood. All right, man.
love you and glad that you enjoyed the play-by-play, not really, from the game. I'm sorry I won't be able to provide it for you this week.
Yeah, is this gonna be a crazy week?
It'll be a crazy week. So let's get it started the right way, everybody. This is the Assist Sports Podcast coming to you live from the Captain's Quarters in Dallas, Pennsylvania. And myself and the creator of this podcast, EJ.
What's up, everyone?
And we've got on our line here Jason McManus. Say hello, Jay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's podcast.
Big one this week.
Very, very big.
Very big. And honestly, not even going to waste any time getting into it. Let's just very quickly do some NFL picks because there's some interesting stuff happening NFL-wise now. All of a sudden,
right?
some interesting things done. Loving me some Duck Hodges. Gotta tell you that's
Quack, quack, quack.
absolutely
Exactly.
loving it. So let's just hop right in here. And good evening, Maureen. So that's
Hello, Maureen.
we're gonna hop right in here quickly. Let's just
Yeah.
pick, not even talk. Cowboys at the Bears. I like the Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, I do too. The Cowboys are a train wreck. Panthers fired their head coach today at 5-7 versus the Falcons 3-9.
I still like the Panthers.
I do too. Falcons, whatever. Ravens at the Bills might be the game of the week.
I want to see the Bills win. They're not doing it.
They're not gonna.
Go
Ravens.
Ravens on this one.
Bengals finally get a win again at the Browns. It's the Browns.
That's the Browns.
Broncos at the Texans. Like the Texans.
I can deal with that.
Lions at the Vikings.
I got
Especially
the
after last night.
Vikings.
Redskins at the Packers.
This is the Pack.
Got to be the Pack. Colts and the Buccaneers. That's a tight
The
game too.
Buccaneers have shown up, I think.
They have, and
So
I'm
gonna
gonna take the Bucks too. Dolphins and the Jets. I'm gonna take the Jets.
No, I'm taking the Dolphins.
I'm
The
taking
Jets lost to the Bengals. I can't root for them anymore.
I'm taking the Jets. They're not gonna lose 2 in a row. 49ers 10-2 at the Saints 10-2. That might be the game of the week right there. Who you got on that one?
Got to be Jimmy G.
Yeah, 49ers. I think they're
49ers.
gonna pull it out this week.
They lost.
Get a
though.
kicker. Get a kicker, please. Chargers 4-8 at the Jaguars 4-8. Eugh.
Ugh.
Wow. I like the Chargers. I don't think they're gonna lose 2 in a row like this.
Jaguars.
Okay. Titans at the Raiders. I like the
He's
Titans.
going with the mustache.
What's that?
He's going with the mustache.
Ha.
Yeah.
Titans at the Raiders.
Titans.
I like the Titans as well. Chiefs at the Patriots. Oh my gosh, there's another great game.
There's a game that happened last year
But it's
that
gonna be the
completely went the wrong way.
It's going to be the Patriots.
It's going to be the Chiefs this time because I think that
On the road?
Mahomes is going to freaking go off.
All right.
So let me tell you something. If you think that they still aren't upset about last year, got nothing coming.
Yeah, crazy. But they've played inconsistent this year. Steelers at the Cardinals. Like the Steelers, I like how they're rolling right now, although they always stink on the road at the Cardinals.
They're going to invade Arizona.
Okay. Seahawks 10-2 at the Rams 7-5.
Seahawks.
I like Seahawks too, but I could easily swing the other way on this one. I don't know. And the Giants 2-10 at the Eagles 5-7.
I'm going to laugh my butt off while saying that the Giants might actually win this
I think
game.
the Giants are going to win that game. How about that one? All right.
And honestly, the best team that plays at Lincoln Financial Field is yours truly.
Yep. So listen, and we want to move. There's great college games, but we're here for the high school because there's 6 championship games to call this week. So let's go through The rankings that I'm listing, Jay, I know that ESPN just came out with the other rankings. I can't do all that right now. This is what I've got. I've got what was before the rankings came out tonight. Hey, Mark. Hey, Brian. So we're rolling tonight. Number 6 Utah versus number 14 Oregon. I like, honestly, it's funny. Before the season, I would have gone the other way, but I like Utah. I like Utah by 8. What do you think, Jay?
I think this is going to be a shootout, slugfest. I think this is going to be Utah. They're the most well-rounded team that's under the radar still.
Yep.
Now, hopefully they're on a lot of people's radar. Unfortunately for the Ducks, just for the Utes. You said what? What was that, Judge? You said what?
Yes.
Utes? 2 Utes?
Two
Well,
Utes?
the Utes are still not going to get into college football playoff, but they're going to win the game by 4.
I agree. They're not going to get in. There are too many good teams ahead of them. What do you think?
Do you actually pronounce it Utes or Oots?
Utes.
Utes? Okay, cool.
Utah Utes.
I think they're going to win, so that's all I'm going to say. Because I don't think Oregon's going to be able to keep up with them, honestly. I think Oregon's a little too slow for them.
Could
honestly.
be. Could be. Normally they're fast, though. All right, so you like Utah as well.
Yeah.
Number 9 Baylor versus – whoa, we lost you, Jay. We lost you. Hang on.
It's all right.
We had a crash.
What's that? I think my teacher just sat down.
Oh, boy.
Shook the entire earth.
All right, hang tight. I'm going to get you back in place. But while I'm doing that, number 9 Baylor versus number 7 Oklahoma is our next game up. And give me just a second here.
I'm copyrighting that dance, by the way. That's my dance.
All right, Jay, what do you think about that one? Number 9 Baylor, number 7 Oklahoma.
I like the Boomer Sooners in this one.
Me
I
too.
just think that the Boomer Sooners got too much. I think the Baylor Bears have too weak of a schedule. And you see Oklahoma is the place to be. Oklahoma by 16.
Nice. Yeah, I like Oklahoma by 14. I think they're going to roll them. Baylor just never quite gets it done for this game, and Oklahoma rolls them, I think, by 14. What do you got, EJ?
Oh, yeah, no Boomers.
Yeah.
They're a football school. Let's just face it.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
School.
Yep, they're good. They're good. And good evening to Tony Kaz as well. We're calling out everybody joining tonight. We got a great number of people joining. We love it. Number 19, Cincinnati versus number 18, Memphis. I like Memphis in this one by 7. Another probably high-scoring game, right, Jay?
Yeah. It's one of those conference games that, you don't like the conference. But when I was walking in Memphis, I saw a score, and that score was the Memphis team winning by 12.
And the vote goes out to Jason for the cheesiest lines all year in this show. By far, it's not even close. It's not even close. Not even close. What do you think?
I think this is going to be a closer game than most people would anticipate. But I probably yesterday you probably wouldn't see me. You probably wouldn't see me saying this, but I think now at this moment, Cincy.
Yeah.
On this game.
He likes Cincinnati. How about that one? Okay, number 4 Georgia versus number 2 LSU. Gosh. Wow. What a game. What a game. Jay, what do you think? You go first on that one.
I think LSU is going to win this game. LSU's been so good all year long.
Yeah,
I know how good Georgia's defense is, but LSU's going to knock them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I still think Georgia, even though with 2 losses, I would still consider them to be a top 4 team in the nation.
They're really good, dude. I agree. They're really, really good. Funny enough, I've got LSU by 4 in this game. I think they're a little too much for Georgia. I think they solved that defense a bit and deal Georgia another loss. What do you think, EJ?
We can agree to disagree, and I think that Georgia's going to play that fight song that Berwick ripped off cheesily a lot. Honestly, I think that LSU is gonna have some issue, and I think Georgia's gonna find some sort of hole or something, and I think Georgia's gonna put 20 points up on them and beat them by 6. or
Okay.
something, but I think Georgia's going to win.
He's got Georgia winning by 6. Finally, Brian, we don't even have to spend much time on this game. Number 1 Ohio State versus number 12 Wisconsin, although I think they're ranked a little higher now. I don't think this game's particularly close. This is a 24-point win for Ohio State. EJ, what do you think?
The only thing that Wisconsin's going to be looking forward to is coming home to a plate of cheese, because that's all they're going to get when this game. Ohio State's going to run this ball just up and down field. It's going to be just a game that no one wants to watch, because we already know Ohio State's going to win the game.
Yeah, right.
This isn't even worth talking about.
Yep. Bad loss for Wisconsin. Jay, what do you think?
Here's a surprise pick for me. Everyone ready for it? Ready?
Yeah.
Ohio State by 27.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not close. I agree. I agree. Each board.
I was going to say, is he actually about to pick Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you pick Wisconsin, I'm roasting you for the rest of the
So here we go, folks. I mean, this is what we've been building all year for. Some crazy stuff going on. We've got 6 classifications Pennsylvania High School Football Championship this weekend. So we're going to talk about these games, and we're going to go in a certain order. I'm going to just start calling them out.
Yeah. So quick
but
question.
EJ's going to bring up the whatever he was going to bring up.
Did any of y'all see me fall into last place? Because I kind of did. Yeah, so my dad's leading with 27 points. Jay pulled ahead of me by just 1. He's got 24 points. I got 23 points. This eraser is currently erasing 5A. That's not okay. Yeah, so that's what's going on. By the way, Brian, I encourage you to do so, whether you want, if you want to, that send your predictions so we can put on your.
Yeah, be interested to hear what you say. And honestly, anybody who catches the podcast, get your picks in.
Yeah, get your picks in.
Get your picks in before 1 p.m. Thursday, because that's when the first game goes off.
And you can email those to us, by the way.
Yep.
The Assist Sports Podcast, or just Assist Sports
AssistSportsPodcast@gmail.com. But
yeah,
comment on the Facebook post. That's the best way to do it.
We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6A. 6A being a big boy school, and 1A being a little people school.
All right.
So we're gonna get underway with that.
Let's get right at it. Let's go probably with what I think is probably the easiest one to pick out of all these, and that would be the 2A. The 2A. And
by the way, can we just say, this is a disclaimer. You may not agree with what we pick, but don't give us heat for it. We're not here to be homers.
Listen, whatever.
Just disclaiming it now.
Hey, if ready, don't want to be this way, but if you want to make the picks, get your own podcast and make the picks. We'll support you. But okay. Anyways, we're gonna pick the 2A game first, which has got 2 undefeated teams. 15-0 Avonworth versus 15-0 and defending state champ Southern Columbia. Jay, you want to take that one away to start?
Yeah, sure. It's been a Tiger-themed sports podcast so far, picking a lot of Tiger teams, and this isn't going to change this time either. Southern Columbia Tigers rolling this one. They win by 21 points on 2 consecutive state championship seasons. Congratulations to both teams. Tigers win out.
Congratulations to Avonworth going 15-0. You're going to end the season 15-1. Southern Columbia by 31 points.
Oh!
I'm sorry. They are just way too good. Way too good. EJ.
Remember that thing that was going around in the NHL, if you even follow it, about Pekka Rinne being too good right now because I guess somebody said it and it just kept rolling? Well, let me tell you something. Southern Columbia is just too good right now. And honestly, if this was Southern Columbia's first rodeo, I'd be like, ugh, I'm going to lean the other way. No, Southern Columbia's got this one. Honestly, I think this is going to be a game where it's a 24-point game. So I got Southern Columbia winning as well.
All right.
2A is down the hatch. Next
2A is
one.
down the hatch, and I think that was probably the easiest one to pick. Let's go up to 5A. Let's go up to 5A.
Archbishop
We'll
Wood.
make a jump up to 5A. We've got Archbishop Wood at 10-3 versus Cheltenham at 14-1. So
Big Divin starts first.
Archbishop Wood has had a storied past. I mean, they've been in this type of game pretty much every year I can remember for quite a while. Good, tough, hard-nosed football school. That being said, you got 3 losses this year, and Cheltenham didn't have a slouch schedule. They went 14-1. I like Cheltenham in this game. I like Cheltenham by 10 in this game. I just feel like they're going to pull it out. Jay, what do you got?
How much wood could a woodchuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That was terrible.
And they are going
That was really
to
bad.
chuck some wood this weekend as Archbishop Wood gets the job done, winning in a tight game. In fact, this game's going to double overtime. Archbishop Wood wins by 1.
Wow. How about that one? How about that one? So here we go. EJ, what do you got?
How much people from Archbishop Wood can chuck Jason because he completely butchered that? I got
Yes,
Archbishop Wood though, because that for me I think is
he's taking wood.
That's a 12-point game,
Well,
bro.
But Jared, you
Because
got
I
first-hand
think
knowledge of when I chop wood.
what's
Because
that?
it's bad. You
Oh,
got first-hand example of when I chuck wood because it's not good.
well,
you know
it
this
was
isn't good.
It
Your
was
your recited your little thing when you tried to recite that.
yeah,
wasn't good
that
either.
was really bad.
That's okay. I had to throw something out there.
Yeah, it was pretty poor, dude.
It's okay.
You might want to go mute for a moment and practice your next one before you bring it on.
It's all right. But no, I'm going with Wood primarily because I think Archbishop Wood, they know what they're doing in this situation because they've been in a few big games and it's like they kind of have a reputation now. We're like, yeah, it's Archbishop Wood. They're kind of good at sports, like
Yeah.
yay sports ball, you know.
Here we go. All right, let's go down to single A.
Yeah.
Single A. This is an interesting game. We're getting into all the very interesting games now because I think the two that may have not been as good of games are out of the way. I think these other 4 are killers, and we'll just have to wait and see where everybody goes. But I'm going to single A now. Farrell, 13-2 from out west versus Bishop Guilfoyle at 12-2. So 2 2-loss teams with single A and have probably played some other teams in their outside their classification. Jay, what is your read on this one?
Well, Farrell played a really tough Clareton team, so they're both great teams from out west. I happened to see that game several years ago when I was working in Pittsburgh, and both programs are absolutely tremendous.
Yes.
And
they
I
are.
think that Farrell's going to win this game quite handily, actually. I think Farrell's going to win this one by like 14 points, and they're going to go on to win the state championship.
Yeah, I agree. I think Farrell wins this game too. And the reason I think that Farrell wins this game is I think their defense is just a killer. Just a killer. There was a point in this season where they had 9 straight shutouts. I think they started a little iffy and then went on a roll and had 9 straight shutouts to come into
That's impressive.
class. That's really impressive. It doesn't matter who you're playing. That's crazy. So I like Farrell as well. Bishop Guilfoyle, no slouch. I like Farrell, though, by 10 points in this game. EJ, what do you got?
I'm taking Bishop Guilfoyle. Now, don't think of me as a homer here, but Bishop Guilfoyle played Trail. Okay, they beat Trail. Now, I'm not saying that that's a big deal because Trail's from my area. I'm saying that's a big deal because Trail's like good. They're like in my area. That's great, but they're good, you know. And Bishop Guilfoyle beating Trail by an odd score. Was it 11-7?
11-7.
11-7,
right?
You know, like they're getting out by 4 points. Okay, that's cutting it a little close for me, but I think that they the fact that they won gives me a good enough reason to root on their side of things. I think Farrell, they fell last year too, and it's just, you know.
They did, and we picked these brackets last year, and I know I picked Farrell. I think a couple of us picked Farrell to go pretty far. I think Farrell's just a ticked off group. I think they're going to win it.
Well, Farrell is 13-2. Okay.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Bishop Guilford's 12-2. Okay. They played one game less, and they still practically have the same record. They just didn't play an extra game.
True, but
Who's to say they wouldn't have won or lost? But
all right.
So I'm just going to go with Bishop Guilfoyle primarily because like I've seen what Trail can do, and I feel Bishop Guilfoyle can beat Trail, and that's a good enough amount of evidence for me to say that they could probably squeak by Farrell.
All right. That's
not winning by any big margin. Just clarifying that.
No, that's an interesting pick, and I mean I could see it going that way, but I'm just not so sure against Farrell. Farrell's really looking good, man. I mean, I think Jason agrees. He's just really looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough. And by the way, let's be clear. It's the Farrell Steelers, by the way. That's their name. So how can I pick against them? All right, let's go all the way up to the big boys now. Let's go up to 6A.
Oh, them boys.
St. Joseph's Prep, the returning state champions, at 11-2.
Who is surprised?
Yeah, not really surprised. Versus Central Dauphin, who had a good season as well at 12-2, against some really, really good competition in that Harrisburg area. So I'm going to tell you that wow, what a matchup we got. EJ, why don't you take that one first?
Well, I mean, Central Dauphin is powerful. We can say that much. And I think that they've gotten a lot of competition, especially from where they play in their area. And I mean, look at their playoff run. So Central Dauphin's definitely got a shot at this, but I think St. Joseph's Prep's just too good. I'm sorry. Let me just look at the records here.
St. Joseph's 11-2.
They are 11-2.
Central Dauphin's 12-2.
And Central Dauphin's 12-2, exactly. And so, but you also have to look at who St. Joe's played. And if I'm not mistaken, I think St. Joseph's Prep played teams from out the area
a lot
at the beginning.
Yeah,
and outside the state, correct?
Yes, they do.
You can't. I don't know how to judge that because I'm not from these other.
Well, and here's the thing. Not to.
They're nationally ranked programs that they're playing against.
They are a nationally ranked program, and I'm going to tell you something else. We saw firsthand 2 weeks ago what happens when a team plays some teams from outside of their area, outside their comfort zone, and seeks better competition. They're really good. And Dallas beat a really good MOTEP charter team, which I don't know. I could have gone either way on that one. Brian picked them, and it could have gone that way easily. They were tough, and they were prepared. I think it's because of who they've played. So it's and I know what you're saying.
But my pretty much my overall is that I'm picking St. Joseph's Prep primarily because they've got some really tough competition and actions like what did he used to say? The best way to learn is like doing something, and I think that these guys playing tougher teams have learned a lot.
Oh, no question.
So playing a team like Central Dauphin is not going to be a cakewalk, but I think it's absolutely doable, especially for both teams.
Yeah, I agree.
Not surprised to see both of these teams make it this far, but I just got to pick St. Joseph's Prep because let's just be honest, they're really freaking good.
Yeah,
so
it was almost an all-Philly area final going into this game, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Jay, who do you like in this game?
St. Joseph's Prep by a blowout. They're going to win by 21.
Yeah. They're just too loaded. I think they're just too loaded. Harrisburg was really, really good last year. Came in against this team and just couldn't stay with them. I as well have St. Joseph's Prep. I've got them by 14. I think it'll be kind of close until maybe about 3 minutes into the third quarter, and St. Joseph's is going to blow them out.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some very high-profile Division I coaches at this game.
Oh, that's a guarantee. And
most notably, the Penn State guy.
Yep, no doubt about it. You got to. You have to. All right. let's slide on over to AAA. This is an incredible game. Got to be honest. This is an incredible game.
People with
the Warriors versus
exactly
the Warriors
okay.
again. Like, seriously, how funny is it that Wyoming area Warriors beats Montoursville Warriors? What?
sports.
Yeah, I know.
I just
But,
thought
well, it's
that
because of all the stuff that you were saying before.
now. Sports.
Wyoming area Warriors beats Montoursville Warriors. Now we've got Wyoming area Warriors versus Central Valley Warriors. And I'm going to tell you, Wyoming area has been an impressive squad all year. We've seen them a couple times. They've played tough, real tough. However, I think that Central Valley is going to win this game, guys. I just have a gut feeling this is going to be a 3-point win for Central Valley. They're really good. They're very similar in the adversity that they've faced. And this coach, I read about this coach, has these guys believing that they can beat anybody. And I like Central Valley. I think they're going to win it. I think they've got it by 3. It's going to be a very close game. I'm going to say I am pulling for Wyoming area. I am. I am.
We don't pull for Wyoming area on this
Oh,
podcast.
we do.
Well, I don't.
I'm pulling for them because, listen, we haven't seen a team like this in a long time. Not from Wyoming area. Haven't seen a team like this in a long time. And like Jason said, they got those big guys up front, and they do. And they got a good quarterback, and they've got a couple of good receivers and pieces on offense. However, I just think Central Valley's got it. I really do. I think they win by 3. EJ, what do you think?
The Dallas part of me doesn't root for Wyoming area just in general. So there's that. And also, I think DeLuca, there's a story to him, you know. And I think the story comes to an end, like, now.
Yeah, could
No.
be.
No way he gets this far. No way. I'm sorry. I just don't. You know, let's just be honest. They got big guys up front. You got a talented quarterback. Have a talented wide receiver that's been able to pull the ball in with
Yep.
2 people on them. But I just think Central Valley is going to be too much to. I don't. I think Central Valley's got this one, honestly.
Yep.
This is going to be a close one for sure. But
It'll be a very close game. This is tough. This is an East versus West matchup. It really is.
so I got Central Valley.
Jay, what do you got?
Well, the good news is there's a Warriors team that's going to win.
Right.
The bad part is it's not going to be our Warriors from this area.
Yeah.
I was
Our
very
Warriors.
impressed with Wyoming area getting the shutout last weekend, this far into the state competition.
Yes.
You don't see that often.
No. No.
Their defense is peaking at the right moment, but they're running into a quality program in Center Valley. And Center Valley is going to squeak by in the last 2 minutes and win by 7.
Huh. All right. And for the record, and Tony, I would have totally seen this coming from you for sure. And we're pulling for him. I'm a Pittston boy. Go Wyoming area by 3, he says, and that's true. And listen, I can't. I know what you're saying, EJ. I can't root against them. You worked this hard to get this far.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, if it was another team or 2 or 3 in this area that I really don't care for, I would root against them. I'm sorry. I'm on the fence. I teetered off the fence. I'm pulling for Wyoming area. I just don't think they're going to win it. That being said, now we're down to the big one for us, at least. Dallas is 15-0. They've set a school record for wins. I know you're going last. So they're 15-0 versus a incredibly good Thomas Jefferson school, who is also 15-0. Jason, you're up. What do you got?
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint all my Mounts fans, but this is where the road ends for the Mounts. Their season has been fantastic. They're just running into probably one of the best teams that Dallas has ever seen in its entire program history in Thomas Jefferson. You know, we know there's a lot of great quotes from our great late president, Thomas Jefferson. And I had it here in front of me, but I lost it. But I was going to say it's about facing the enemy and overcoming the enemy and showing what you can do to fight as men. Dallas is going to do that, but they're going to come up short in this game. And Thomas Jefferson's going to win by 16.
My cheesy meter went off so hard when you were doing all that and just saying all those things. I just wanted to tell you, I think I blew a fuse on how cheesy all that was. That was bad. That was really bad. I have struggled with this game. Wow, ever since we got on the bus last week to come home with the band, I struggle with this game. Every week I get on the bus, and all of the band parents, moms, dads always say, "What do you think? What do you think?" And I say the same thing every week. I say this. I say, you know, they prove everybody wrong all year. You never say never. You never say never because that it can happen. It can always happen. You never say never. And I know those boys up there are saying the same exact thing that they've said every time we talk to them this year. We are preparing for this game just like we do any other game. I like the fact that Dallas was picked to lose all these times and just did it. And while my heart keeps saying, oh, Thomas Jefferson's only given up 60 points this year, I don't think they played quite as tough a schedule as Dallas did, to be honest. So let me be the first to step out on that limb. Dallas wins this game. They win it by 4 points. It's going to be a slugfest. It is going to be crazy. Dallas wins the game by 4. There you go. Boys, bring it home. EJ? I can't pick against them. I'm sorry, Jay. I cannot do it.
I understand.
This one's so hard. All week I thought about this and I said, my gosh, how do you pick 4 how do you do it? I'm picking Dallas. I'm taking them by 4. Those kids, I can't believe it, the amount of heart that they have. When we left that game, we were trying to get over because with that Danville Stadium, the way it's set up, there's only one way you can get around to get back over to the buses. So I'm going around that end of the stadium as I'm going over there. Those guys went right over there, weren't celebrating. They all got together in a huddle and all raised their helmets. Every single one of those starters was in there, had their helmet up, and they believe. I honestly think they believe that they can do it. So I'm going to go with them. Dallas by 4. EJ.
I'm just trying to clear my mind right now because I never thought as a Dallas student that I would ever be able to say the Dallas Mountaineers are in the state finals for football. Because let's take a history journey because I know that that there are people who don't want me to go extremely long, but I feel like I need to.
Nope, this is why we hurried the rest of it up.
I think I need to go back. Back in the year 1993, Dallas had played a very tough schedule. Playing teams like Shamokin, who was actually pretty good back in those days. Tunkhannock was good. Myers was good. GAR was good. Played all of them. Now everybody wants to go out and say, oh, that year they went undefeated. No, they didn't.
No, they lost.
They lost to Tunkhannock. They lost to Tunkhannock 22-20 at home. Well, later when they go on in that season, they meet in the playoffs. And they blew right through the first round. Blew right through the second round. But then they meet a very odd opponent that they didn't really expect to see. You would expect to see at this time a team like Myers, right? Nope. It was actually their rival GAR. GAR came in and they played at Scranton Memorial Stadium. And Dallas went in there and they were thinking, oh my goodness, GAR's been on a run. Do you think they went in there thinking, oh no, we're in trouble? We're really, really in trouble. We're playing GAR. They're on a run. They won their last 7 games. This is insane. And their quarterback's starting to get. Do you think they're going through that? No, they didn't. They went in and they beat GAR. Then they moved on. First game they played Bermudian Springs, if I am correct.
That was in the state semifinal.
State semifinal.
Oh, gosh, and they picked us to lose bad to them and everything. I remember.
But did we win? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And we moved on.
Huge win.
Moved on to play in the finals against Washington. Washington, and this game was played in Altoona.
Yep.
Cold, cold night, as recalled by one of my favorite substitute teachers and my father's chemistry teacher.
Mr. Hughes.
Mr. Hughes. Great guy, by the way. Now, we talk about this all the time. He said it was one of the coldest games he had ever been to.
Yep.
And they pulled through. My third grade math teacher, Mr. Viglone, the wide receiver, Buddy Rhodes running out there. My not that he played that big of a part in it, but my assistant principal at the time, right now, Mr. Natitis, he was on that team. Lots of people on that team, I get to see almost every single day. But they pulled through and they beat Washington in Altoona.
They destroyed Washington in that game, by the way.
They did, yeah, but they beat them. And this was coming from a thing where we weren't even expected to be GAR in way back,
True. Very true.
Like all these times we were projected to get destroyed. Now, think about it. Then we come in through this season. Now, what does that season have to do? Sure, we won the state title back then. But what does that season have to do with this season? Here's where I tie it together. Look at our season now. How many times? What games would you think, if you look at our season, do you think we would have lost? We would have lost probably to Berwick. We probably would have thought we could have lost to Valley View. And we beat those 2 teams, right? We didn't know what we were going into in the Wilkes-Barre area because, it was unpredictable. You ever dropped like a bottle and you don't know what way it's going to bounce, or you drop a football and you don't know what way it's going? That's what we were coming into when we were playing Wilkes-Barre area, and we came through and we beat them. Now, let's move on into the playoffs. Who did we play first round? Abington Heights. Sure, that was all right. We blew through the first round in 93 as well. Then we move on to a different opponent, like Bermudian Springs. We played Crestwood. Crestwood gave us a run. Bermudian Springs kind of gave us a run, and we beat them. And then they come up to Valley View. No way they're beating Valley View twice. No way.
Oh, boy. Yeah, and we heard all the trash talk.
And all of those trash talkers. Look at us now. Where are you? Not even close to the state playoffs. Not even worth the caliber. So sit down. But we did it. We beat them again. Pulled through, beat them again. And so then we get on. We get in and all this and stuff. It's like,
yeah.
Look at all these games. They're similar. And the thing I'm saying is this. Those boys have heart. They do. They got it all. Okay? And I'm not picking them because they're my school and they're my alma mater, and they're not because they're all I know. But I think that they're going to pull through. There's going to be a little engine that could story, and it's going to be the one that the Dallas Mountaineers wanted. there's anything that the community needs right now, it's that they need a big win here. And I think that the players know it. Lenny, I talked to him about it today. He is excited about it, but let me tell you something. He's not overly excited about it. He's going in there saying, this is our Super Bowl. This is my chance to win this game. I want a chance to win this game. I want to win it for my teammates. I want to win it for my family. He told me, he's like, I'm going to win this game. And I'm not winning it for myself. I'm winning it for everybody else that's got hopes up for me. You know? Nothing feels worse. And all these people can tell, these people who play on this Dallas team can tell you from experience, nothing feels worse than missing by this much. Nothing feels worse. Nothing feels worse. And I said it last week. My dad with the cross country story. Go to last, we lost to Valley View. Thought we were going to go in there and beat them. We had all the and we didn't. But this year we did. We can and we will. These guys have too much heart to go out there and lose like that. I got Dallas by 2. I think it's going to be one mess up. The team that messes up once. That's it.
Yeah.
I got Dallas in this game. I just figured maybe that we should go back in history, dive back, because this is looking just like our run-in back in 93. So, but I think Brian has.
Well, let me go back. I'm gonna go. We're not gonna do that yet.
By the way, go boys.
Just a second.
So I have a question. I have a question for everyone. So this is just a hypothetical. If a team were to lose, like let's say a Wamangere or Dallas were to lose this weekend, I'm curious what our viewers would want. Would they want to lose by a couple points, or would they rather get trashed and get beat really bad in a game like this? I'm just curious.
Close.
Jared, how about you?
Close.
Or blowout?
Close. And let
TJ?
me tell you why. No, just a second now. It's not that simple to say close.
I'm saying close as well.
Here's why. You've nothing. Listen, pro sports is one thing. Get blown out. I'll come back next year. This is it.
Yep.
This is it.
Yep.
Okay? When I was a senior, we won undefeated cross country. We went 18-0, dude. We won every major invitational in the state that year and went to states, and 2 guys had a bad race, and we narrowly lost the state title. We finished second. I can't tell you what that's done for me personally to help me. I can't tell you. I can't measure it. So had we gotten there and gotten blown out, we'd have felt fake. We'd have felt like, well, we were never really any good. And my life probably would have taken a different path. And I think those boys would say the same thing to you. EJ agrees. He said close.
And here's why, for me, it's the point of I'd rather win close. I'd rather lose a close game because it shows, first of all, you made an attempt.
Right.
You know?
Right, you battled the whole game.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
right.
What's the point? If you lose by a crap ton of points, it's like, oh, well, we're never really meant to be here.
Yep.
Why are we
True.
here then? And it was just like, is my life a lie? Like, is this all just a lie? Like, are we not even supposed to be here? Like, what's going on? And then for kids at this age, we're already contemplating like what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
You know, so
True.
it's like losing like that, like losing that badly in a game like this. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, ask my brother. Okay, none of this is whatever. This is youth basketball. My brother in his last year playing basketball made it to the playoffs, and they got pretty far.
Yep.
And they lost by 1 basket. It was
Yeah.
behind the
A
back.
kid who threw it over his head to try to and won the game. It was
Yeah.
tied, and the kid just threw up a lucky shot and scored, and they won by 2. Crazy.
My brother,
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
my brother will tell you the same thing. They would rather lost like that because losing majorly
Yeah.
at this age, at young kids developing, losing like that,
Is demoralizing.
it's bad, dude. Like,
It's demoralizing.
like for me.
What do you think, Jay?
Oh, definitely a close game. Because it's something you're always going to remember, and it builds a lot of more character
I
development.
agree.
Don't get me wrong, getting this far has done that already, but you don't want to be that team that I'll use Hanoverian in 1992 example.
I agree.
They went to the state championship year, the state game. They went back. It was back-to-back years. They went back there. The first year they won in '91.
Yep.
Technically 1990, but it was 91. I'm sorry, it was 90, and then 91 they went back again. And they got killed by Aquippa. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
The guy by the name of Ty Law owned the game.
Oh yes.
But
yes.
to go back and almost repeat, I mean, that's a great thing. So
I agree.
it just goes to show how you build up your program and where it needs to go. So hopefully Dallas can continue to build on this. I know they have a lot of seniors.
Yep, they do.
Oh, yeah. Can I just say one really quick thing? Dallas, listen. Me and RJ Wren were talking about this earlier. Listen, whether you win or lose this game,
True. Yeah.
you still are going to need to work your butt off next year. People are going to be looking at us saying, hey, they're either the state champions or the state runner-ups. They need to do something next season.
True. Very much.
Don't go out there
Yeah.
saying, we don't have our Bucknell boys. By the way, congrats to Luke Delgadio, because I'm still really proud of you. Luke Delgadio, we don't have Starbuck. We don't have Lenny anymore. We don't have Ryan Fisher. We don't have all these defensive guys. Step up.
Yep.
Instead of complaining about it, go out and do something
Yeah,
about
and
it.
I think they will. I think
Wydra.
they will. I think we started to
Jackson
see.
Wydra. We saw him play on, Friday? And he looks fine. So,
Yep.
just something to think about.
Yep. We're going to do a quick rundown because there's some good comments on here that I want to get to. And Tom Stavitsky, you're 100% right. Washington suspended 4 players for that game. I remember everybody talking about it. They suspended 4 players for drinking before the state final, in which Dallas blew them out. Honestly, though, Tom, Dallas will still beat them. Sorry, they would have still beat them. Not a question. Now,
You can't question what he
Tom
does.
also says Wyoming area will lose by 20. And I can't disagree with you. Central Valley is good. They are a good squad. Mark Youngblood says, good luck, Mounts. Dallas wins by 1 on a last-second play. Wouldn't that be great?
I
It'd
would
be like
honestly cry.
Be like the thing of lore, you know? And now we're down this. Tom also says, I've made this statement years ago. There will never be another state champion higher than AA to win a state title in our area in the Northeast. Hope I'm wrong. And Coach Manello and Dallas wins. And I think that might be the case. The key for this game for me, guys.
That's a great comment, by the way.
It's an awesome comment. And I honestly, I love it. I really do. It's tough to stomach it, but it's good. It's very pure and honest. I want to say that Dallas cannot afford to start like they did last week, or there's been a turnover very, very early in the game about the last 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Maybe one of those games they didn't. And both EJ and I look at each other and say, here we go again, but they should wake up from here. And then they wake up and then they roll and everything's fine. Can't do that this week, boys.
You cannot.
No turnovers.
Michael, throw the ball.
Just throw it away.
Throw it out, please.
Just throw it away. Protect the ball when you're running. That's
Yeah.
all I can tell you. Now,
Lenny, I've noticed. Treat Lenny like he's
his
great.
wasn't.
Sometimes
His wasn't.
No,
That was a fluky
I
thing.
treat him like he's great. Fine. Here, if you want to see something else, I can admit. Len, hold on to the ball. Danny, hold on to the ball. Good. Cool. There we go.
Here's Brian's picks.
Putting Brian down.
Brian picks Southern Columbia 48, Avonworth 21. There you go. They said you just gotta go for it. Farrell 17, Bishop Guilfoyle 10. And I like that too. It's about right. Archbishop Wood 24, Cheltenham 17. Good call.
Brian?
Good call. Got to go against you on that one. I think Cheltenham's gonna do it. St. Joe's Prep 24, Central Dauphin 20. That's pretty close. And honestly, it could go that way. I just think St. Joe's is going to put a little bit more on the board. Central Valley 27, Wyoming Area 14. I got that too. Thomas Jefferson 38, Dallas 31. And Brian, thank you very much for doing that because you picked Imhotep by 7 and Dallas beat them. So thank you for the kiss of death on Thomas Jefferson. Really appreciate that, pal. Go Mounts. Good stuff this week. We have a final question, Jay. Oh, by the way, Tom Stavitsky also says, and I agree with you, best talent in the state is out near Pittsburgh. It is.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Agreed.
It's
Not even close.
No question. No question. The biggest controversy they have out there is not are the teams good, it's can they protect the Heinz Field turf, because that's where we're playing all those conference championship games out there. Because this time of year that turf gets destroyed. Between them and the Steelers and Pitt, it's just chewed up. So the last question, these 6 games, Jay, which one's the closest? Which one's the best matchup?
Which is the best? It doesn't necessarily have to be the closest.
What's the best game? What's the best game?
The one I said was going to overtime, double overtime. Gosh, what game was that? I forget at this point.
Wood?
Help me out.
Wood.
Yeah, I said that game's
Archbishop
going to
Wood.
double overtime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to double overtime.
What do you got?
Well, I mean, it's fun. As much as it's fun to watch little schools like 1A and 2A, I got to go with 6A because it's just there's so much talent. It's a big, big thing. So I'm just going to go 6A because it's exciting to watch the big boys play.
Yeah. I don't think it's AAA.
4A is also fun.
4A could be close. St. Joe's and Central Dauphin and 6A could be close. I think it's Farrell and Bishop Guilfoyle's the close one. I think that's just a knockdown, drag-out contest. That's like a bare-knuckle backyard brawl, dude. That's what I feel like about that game. And Brian's got to pick right. I think low score. I think it's a defensive game, 17-10. Like, yes, that's what I'm thinking too, man. That is just – I think that's the closest game. I think that's probably the tightest game of the week. They're all good. I mean, congrats to all the schools, especially the ones that ran the table. I mean, my goodness, it is hard to run the table at this level in this state. Pennsylvania may not be as glamorous as
like
Florida
Texas.
and Texas and California. My gosh, no. But definitely in the top 10 in the country as far as high school football talent and schools. I think you'd agree, Jay. And what an accomplishment to get this far.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Unigo game actually because it's going to be a
I will
with a
be
lot
at
of
that
talent.
game.
Yeah, I think we'll go to that game this year. Yeah,
I'm at
always
it every
fun.
year, but I think I'm going to take Dibben with me this year.
We'll go this year. Yeah, we'll go this year. Why not? I think we could do some live stream from there.
Yeah.
Because Dallas should have some guys since they're
I
seniors.
guarantee you that Lenny will be there, and I think Michael might be on there too.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Michael and DeLuca and some people from Scranton Prep. It's usually Wilkes-Barre gets one side of it with
It's gonna be
Namakoke
pretty
and
cool.
Hanover. On the other side, it's Wyoming area and Valley West, and
It'll be a good one to
it's fun.
watch.
And Tunkhannock usually shows out at that game, so we get to see a lot of Tunkhannock.
Cool. So, folks, that's it for the podcast this week. No matter which way these games go, enjoy them. This is the last you've got for the year, so enjoy them. There's the 1A and the 4A. The 1A and the 4A games are on Thursday. The Dallas game is at 7 p.m. Friday is
Quadruple header.
it's 2A and 5A are Friday. Like Southern Columbia plays Friday afternoon, and the 5A game's Friday evening. And noon on Saturday is Wyoming area, and 6 o'clock Saturday is St. Joe's Central Dauphin, if I've got it right. So I believe that. I know I know the 4A is the big one, the bigger school on Thursday. The 5A is Friday. The 6A is Saturday. So just like it was last year. So everybody enjoy it. Everybody stay warm if you're going to the game. Be safe. And I'll tell you what, comment. Let us know what you think. We're posting this to YouTube right after. So, hit like on that. Make sure you enjoy the videos and give us suggestions of where you want to see the show go from here. We're going to keep doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, we're not stopping the show because high school football is over.
Nope.
We're not.
Nope. We're going
to push through.
We're going to do some different things.
Might revisit the NHL.
Oh, we're about ready to do that. We're about ready to do that. But you can reach us on the Facebook page. You can go to there, make comments, or post anything, ask us questions. You can go to Gmail, email us at our Gmail address, which is assistsportspodcast@gmail.com, or you can go to the YouTube page. So, folks, get out the word and tell us what you want. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want us to talk about, what we should cover next, and enjoy these games this week. They're really good ones, and the college games. My gosh, there's some good ones there too. So enjoy those, and and who is it going for a state title this week or a national championship? Is it Lackawanna College? They're on their way. Lackawanna College is playing for the national championship.
Yeah, they beat Wilkes on their playoff.
Lackawanna Junior College. So hey, good luck to them.
I got some. Yeah. I want to say a quick thing. By the way, thanks for the support once again. I appreciate it. I got a question. Let us know if you want to see things about maybe us doing a daily update about Wilkes-Barre Penguins. I've been thinking about that.
I'd like some suggestions, so I'd really like to hear from some people if they want to do that.
I got some ideas. We'll definitely keep you around.
Yep.
But
I also want to let you know, make sure that you're following the page in the next couple days, because Brian, I already knew this, but he posted and reminded me. He said, I will be in Hershey for all 6 games.
Yes.
So get ready, because there's a lot.
On top of
a lot.
This is not a guarantee, but I'm going to try my best to get my my data fixed on my phone, and I'll be providing Twitter updates as well. But I'm not going to take Brian's thunder, but I'll give you a Twitter update for mine.
I think you'll be busy.
But I want to do that.
All right, let's
close
it out. Quick.
So we'll see you from there. But it's going to be a good episode for sure.
All right, folks. You have a good rest of your evening, and watch the page and watch some high school football, because this is all you're going to get this year. Have a great one, and thanks very much for your support. We really, really appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Have a great one. Hey, Jay. Oh, I lost him.